Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm a mess. I didn't put up the little screen cover thing. And I think at the beginning of this, you accidentally saw me like checking my hair. But it's okay. We're here. Jody's not here, so it's going to be an Amanda episode. Welcome, guys. Happy Father's Day to everybody. And let me get my special guest in here today. It is one of my best friends since high school, and her name is Carling. And here she is. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi, Carling. Carling, it has 2 podcasts we're going to talk about a little bit here. And I do have the covers. First is, I did not sign up for this podcast. How about that? And second one is Seventh Heaven, a lesbian recap. So thank you for joining me today.
Oh my God.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. I just sent my dad a text message because I know if I asked him to do something, he would say no.
Perfect.
And how are you spending your Father's Day?
Yeah, just
wave to your dad's
doing
urn.
this. Yeah, my dad's urn is down there. Maybe I should have brought him. He could have been.
Shut up! You could have joined the live with us.
Put little headphones on his little urn.
Yeah. But thanks for being here. Now I asked Carling just before we started here. Carling, you didn't listen to the episode a couple weeks ago, right? And she's like,
No.
"Oh no," and I was like, "Yeah, I could tell that you didn't." Now, a couple episodes ago, Carling is the one who the birthday party that I went to. Now, I told this whole story about how I completely decimated your bathroom and then like left. I was like, I feel like everyone knew.
Oh my
so
God,
bad.
I don't think anybody knew. Were we outside or inside?
This is what happened. Hey, Julie. Julie's here. Hey, girl. I'm so sweaty right now because it's like about to rain. So it's like humid as fuck.
Yeah.
I got my fan. So we were at your party. And I was actually having fun. Like all your friends are awesome. Like it was good. But I had to go home because I had to get ready for the live. And when I went up to you in the kitchen, and do you remember this? And I was like, Carling, where's like a private bathroom? And you're like, well, there's one down there and there's one up there. And I was like, great. So I started heading toward the basement, and Lindsay's like, Amanda, don't use that one. Use this one. It's nicer. I was like, okay. And I like went up, and it was like Lindy sitting on the stairs. Right, there's like 4 people just sitting right on the stairs, and I was like, all right, here we go. So bad.
I feel like you should have just gone into like our ensuite, like the one in our bedroom.
Well, I should have asked you that. I assumed that you knew what I meant. If I'm going to ask you where the bathroom is, assume that I'm about to like.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
But there was like tile cleaner sitting on the bathtub, so I like sprayed it in the air, and then I came out and I was like, "All right, bye."
That's incredible.
I left you all with the strap. No. All right. Here, we got a lot of people in the Dead Dad Club, Julie said. Yeah, that is.
Yeah. I have a whole merch line just for the Dead Dad Club.
Great. We got Samantha Jefferson. I'm usually busy working when you go live. I'm still at work, but not busy. Fellow Canadian here, but Ontario.
Ontario. Where in Ontario? I'm heading there in 1 month, almost exactly.
To do what?
To sit in a lake. Yeah. Lindsay's family has a cottage in Bob Cajun.
Huh.
Yeah.
Sounds hot.
Yeah. It's perfect.
My family has a lake cottage, and like I went up there last year to spend time with Auntie Debbie, and like I sat indoors the whole time watching Sister Wives.
My God. Like, can I come visit Aunt Debbie with you there?
Yes, she would love for us to come. And as you know, you're like the star of my fucking family. Amanda, I didn't remember how funny Carling was. Like, yeah, I know. I'm funny too.
Oh my God. That's just me being socially awkward.
No, you did. Okay. Mrs.
Oh yeah, Jill knows where Bob Cajun is. Not a lot of people know.
Now, look, this is gonna be a little bit of a Canadian episode. We got some Canadian things on the docket here. Well, we got at least one Canadian thing, but it is super Canadian. It's like 80s Canadian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. I tried to get Jody to talk about this with me, and she's like, this isn't interesting to me. I'm like, it isn't interesting to you that a person ran halfway across Canada on one leg? So we're going to talk about Terry Fox later. But let's get some business out of the way here. Okay. This week on We Love to Hate TV on Patreon. Oh, I just got a nice breeze in from the window. We got Sister Wives season 7, episode 3, The Big Decision. That's where the sharks tell Cody they asked for 2.5 million and they're like, we'll give you like 250 grand, and then they never give it to them.
Yeah.
And on TRP and Tier 1, we got Top Chef Miami episode 5, The Elements. Do you ever watch Top Chef?
No, I can't get into it. It stresses me out.
You could if you watch like the first like 5 seasons or so.
Oh, okay.
I was like, me and Brad were fucking obsessed with it, and like rewatching it like just brings it all back.
Okay.
It's good. There's drama. And I mean, you've worked in kitchens before, like restaurants before. And like the drama is real back there.
Yeah.
Like as a waitress, when you go back to like, God forbid a customer asks for a special request and you have to like tell that to the chef.
Did you ever say kitchen, may I? And you had to wait for them to be like, go ahead.
Oh no. No, that's very Canadian. I worked in New York. It was just, I just had to like be flirty with them so that they liked me.
Yeah.
And then this week on Amanda Loves to Hate Teen Mom, guess who's back, baby? Guess who's back? Wait, let me find it here. I got it. I put it up here. Where is it? God damn it. There it is. Matt Bay is back. He's here. Matt Bay. Amber, I'm going to move into your house, okay? And then not get a job. And then I'm going to buy you a car with your money. Amazing.
Oh,
God, I love him. And it's going to be a few seasons of Matt. What are your thoughts on Matt?
Remind me, I'm the worst for knowing names of people. You have to tell me.
Matt is Amber's this guy, this like 45-year-old dude that she brought in who's from Boston.
I very vaguely remember him and thinking he's an idiot.
Okay, well, he's a total loser.
Yeah.
So there's that. What else do I got on the docket here? That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, great. Let's talk about really quickly before we get into your random cat says DJ Matt Bay. That's right. He's a DJ. I was a DJ, back in Boston, but I'm having trouble finding a job here in Indiana. Go figure. So I want to talk about your first podcast. I did not sign up for this before we get into your new one, which is very exciting. So tell us about I did not sign up for this and why you started it and how's it going, and maybe one of your favorite stories.
Oh man. Yeah. I interview everyday people who have interesting stories to share. So like I interviewed a lady whose husband was robbing banks and she didn't know until the cops showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I interviewed a girl that went to a bonfire and somebody threw gas on the fire. And she
I listened to that one because she would always come up on my TikToks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Natalie. And like all sorts of people. I interviewed Chris, call me Chris. A lot of people know her on TikTok. She's got like, I don't know, a bajillion followers now. Yeah.
Well, great. And then we're going to talk about Seventh Heaven in just a little bit. Really quickly, I even have this on my notes here. Explain TRP. Kelly says, I wish you would meld your Patreon channels. It's too confusing to figure out what to subscribe to. I agree. Patreon sucks and it's nothing but issues, but we're keeping TRP separate. Basically, everything is on We Love to Hate TV. Everything is there unless you want the old episodes of TRP. And then you go to the TRP one. But everything else is on Love to Hate TV. We're sorry, but that's just how it's gonna be. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to message me. I usually have my phone right in my hand and I will get immediately right back to you. So I apologize for any confusion. I know it's annoying. Okay, let's see what else I have here. Explain TRP. Also my episode this week on Teen Mom is with Erica from Surreality Podcast. Everyone should check that out.
I love her.
Yeah, she does like a lot of the VH1 shows like Surreal Life and Rock of Love, Flavor of Love, and stuff like that. And she's going to come on one of these lives with me, I think in July or August, one of the weeks that Jody's off. So check that out. I want to talk about a podcast that I've been listening to. And Carlin, I think that this actually would, I don't know if they would ever do a collaboration or something, but this is very much in your wheelhouse, of your podcast. And it's called, it came up on TikTok. They're very good, like you, with doing thanks. Social media engagement and stuff. So like people actually find you, but it's called Because It Was On. And it's these two people and they, Zach and Jessica, and they talk about, and they really break shit down. They talk about they're pretty much our age, and they talk about shows from like the 80s, like Golden Girls, Designing Women. I'm Seventh Heaven. I'm sure they will do Roseanne. They just did a 2-hour episode about one single episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. And they're so smart and thoughtful. They clearly edit their podcast, but also they curse. I love that when there's a really professional podcast, but you can still curse, because then it feels more like homey. So check them out and give them, because I think they keep saying that no one's commenting on their stuff. So engagement is very important. It takes 2 seconds to click a like or leave a review or just click the 5 stars, but go engage with them. And if you do, tell them that you heard about it here, because I would like to do a collab with them too. They're very, very good. And they just started, but very professional. And check out their TikTok too, because they're just really good with that shit. They'll take a section of their audio and then they'll put in what they're talking about in the episode as they are talking about it. That would take me 3 hours to do. That's for a 10-second clip.
Yeah, that's very fancy.
It's really good. Has anyone ever heard of that? Everyone check it out.
I'm going to go check it out. I love that Sarah's here. Joy's here.
Oh, yeah.
So nice. Hey, guys.
Sarah says she's a Carling stan. Joy Sears says, Carling's 2 podcasts brought me here and can't wait to listen to We Love to Hate podcast. Wow.
I know. She's so sweet.
You got us a new listener. I'm not even awake yet. Okay. Let's talk about Seventh Heaven. Now, I listened to you guys all while I slept last night, all 4 of your episodes. It's so good. And I generally don't like podcasts with a couple. It really I can't stand it. I'm okay, we get it. You're cute. You love each other. But if for some reason it works with you guys, because I know both of you and you're just both very natural. And I like that you don't have to be as, not professional, but you don't have to be as serious as you do on Did Not Sign Up for This. You guys can just talk to each other. It's super comfortable. You go off topic a lot, which I love, and it's very funny, and you're both hilarious. And this last episode about the funeral where you're just both talking about your dead parents.
Our dead dads.
Yeah. You were just saying you're there's this new way that they can instead of cremation, they can blast your body apart with water, and then you can water your plants.
Yeah. Instead of getting ashes, you end up with your decimated body in water.
But is it like a finger is in there and then
no,
an ankle?
I think it's no, I don't know. I haven't looked that much into it, but
it's like a power wash, on TikTok when they power wash those rugs.
Yeah,
it's that, but it's a body.
Yeah.
Okay. So why did you start this podcast?
Yeah, we grew up watching the show, and I remember loving Seventh Heaven and thinking what a great family. And then later years, I came out as a lesbian. B, the dad who plays Eric came out as somebody who sexually assaulted children.
I remember that. I listened to the audio of it.
Oh God. And so and then it's just been like showing up on our TikTok, and I was like, we need to rewatch that. And everyone kept saying, well, you guys in our pod chat kept saying that we should start a podcast together. And my partner Lindsay, she grew up wanting to be on the radio. She's got such a good voice.
She does
She's
have a really
so
good voice.
funny. And so we were like, why don't we just like start it to be funny? Like, let's just like casually watch it and recap it. And so we're watching from season 1, episode 1, recapping every episode through today's lens.
And there's like
And
200 and something episodes, or 400 something. There's like a
yeah, listen, we didn't do the math properly when we
No, that's
decided
good,
to start
because if you
this.
got like, if you really take off, that means that you got like security
10
for a
yeah,
while.
like 5 years worth of podcast
Mhm.
episodes.
It's good.
Yeah, so we're just like having fun with it. We're like watching it through a queer lens of today, and like, let me tell you, it did not age well.
Oh no, but for some reason it's really coming up in the lexicon again. I'm always seeing it on
Yeah.
TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
We by the way, a lot of people are got a lot of Carling stands in here. Jesus Christ.
I know,
You're
thanks so
very
much.
popular. Sarah Snyder says you can turn yourself into compost now.
Oh, so you could be
Hey!
water, you could be compost.
You could be shit.
Like,
That
what-
should be, I mean, really, it's not, it's a low stretch for me. It would be a lateral move for me to just be turned into shit. All right. Joyce says, I love that episode because I'm paranoid the Dead Dads Club and wanted to join the conversation. Yeah. No, that's a thing. They talk about it on Doughboys all the time too. It's like a thing, the Dead Dads.
yeah.
Yeah, we did an episode of Seventh Heaven, the one where they find a joint in the house.
Oh,
And it's
God.
And it was like one of our highest rated episodes. Like,
Yeah.
people love, like, we were like, what the fuck is this show? And the moment I just remember is like, that's the silliest moment. And you know that they didn't even know how campy this was going to be. Like, they were taking this dead serious, but like the dad walks in and the way he finds the joint is that Happy, the dog, is like sitting there with like the joint like hanging out of his mouth. And and then the dad takes it out and it's perfect. This dog like managed to just pick it up very tenderly.
Yeah.
You know how important that joint was.
Yeah. Well, this next week is episode 5, and the title of it is The Color of God. And like, picture the way that any like wholesome TV show would handle the topic of racism in 1996. Like, a kid actually drops the N-word. We like clutched our pearls and gasped. And
I feel like that show would also use like the R word.
Oh yeah.
It's like somebody, like they have a friend who's like autistic and they like
Yeah.
use the R word or something like that.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I keep seeing stuff on TikTok just about some of the crazy storylines. Like Mary practices kissing on her brother.
Episode 1.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, how is she going to know how to kiss if she doesn't practice? And so she asks her big brother, Matt.
And they're taking this so seriously. I've always thought it was so strange that actress got cast as the mother because her face is so weird. It's like a mouth thing, you know?
No, I don't know.
You don't think that she doesn't look like
think so.
she
Like
should be a leading lady?
No.
Really?
Like Annie, the main mom.
Annie, yeah.
Catherine Hicks, I think her name is.
I've just always thought, like, how did she get cast in this?
How did Ruthie get cast when she looks like a perfectly biracial?
Absolutely. She looks like Puerto Rican.
Everybody else is like Children of the Corn, white, translucent.
And then Ruthie's like ethnically ambiguous. Like, they should have had an episode where like they think it's that like the milkman comes from like years ago and he like looks like her.
Yeah.
And they have to get her in that. I love it. Samantha Jefferson says, speaking of joint, I feel like I should point out Terry Fox was a total pothead too.
I mean, he had cancer, so maybe
go for it. I'd be on everything.
Yeah.
I'd want to be on cocaine because then you're running, so you get like that energy.
Yeah. Just lines of cocaine. We don't know what he was doing on those rest breaks.
He was only 21 though. How did he live so much in that? I didn't even smoke pot until I was like 20.
Yeah. I waited until I was 18 because I was paranoid that it was illegal. I mean, it was illegal no matter what age you did it. But...
Right, yeah. Julie says, wasn't the mom also in Child's Play? Well, yeah, I can see her.
maybe.
I can see her in the harm. She's got kind of a terrifying mouth. Actually, okay, so while we're on that, while we're let's do a natural segue here. Let's talk about a little Terry Fox action here. Tell me about your journey with Terry Fox, how you came to know him. Did you watch that documentary?
I didn't watch the documentary. I just like grew up doing the Terry Fox. There's like Terry Fox Day or whatever. And
Terry
your
Fox
school, yeah, you got to raise money and run around the school X amount of times.
And you got a popsicle stick. Did you do that?
Yeah.
I would end up with like 2. Like, I hate this.
I was like sucking my inhaler, just trying to be part of the crowd, like the asthma kid
so much.
running for, Terry. But so even now I have 2 stepkids and my 10-year-old stepson does the Terry Fox run.
They're still making kids do that, eh?
They're still doing it.
Jesus.
And I heard that he was a bit of an asshole.
Well, I mean, he did have cancer. So here's Terry Fox is for the people, because I feel like everyone should know who this is, but like they don't in America. He's this kid who got like, also there's this documentary I remember watching in like ECS. And it's this really grainy documentary because it was made in like the 70s. So that's already kind of creepy. And it ends with the song, "He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother." And so that song always now, like, if it comes on, I'm like, I can't. Because it's so like, it's such a gross kind of feeling. Like when you like watch the documentary, especially as a kid, when you're not processing what's going on. He's this kid that got bone cancer when he was like 16 or something. And then they amputated his leg, and then he went into remission-ish. And then he decided to run across Canada to raise awareness on one leg. And
like with a prosthetic.
With a prosthetic.
Yeah.
And which seems like it would hurt so much because he had to do like this weird, like bouncy thing, like kind of a skippy. And then they just had like this camper van that just like followed behind him at a slow pace the whole time. And he like slept in there.
Like, I think you should get up and run towards us the way that he ran to show us what you mean.
God, I couldn't. God. He could probably run better than I could on this ankle of mine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But smash that like, guys. Smash it. Smash that like. Let me actually put that up here.
Love a good relish tray. I just saw the name of that.
Oh, that they're making fun of Robin because at Thanksgiving, like Mary brings the turkey, Christine brings the rolls, Janelle makes some pies, and then Robin's like, you can bring the relish tray. We trust you to put like olives and relishes onto a tray.
But I'm just saying, you can make a real nice relish tray.
I mean, a little charcuterie kind of. So Terry Fox, he started in, I think, Vancouver, right? And he made it to
I think so.
Thunder Bay.
That's like 3/4 of Canada.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
And then
like I'm out of breath if I have to run down the stairs and then run back up. Like if I'm out of
I have 3 floors in my house, and like I will plan like, okay, when I stop at this floor, I'll get all of that accomplished before I move down to the basement because I'm not going all the way up and down. Yeah. He made it to Thunder Bay, and then I think the cancer came back, and then he like died. He was 21.
Yeah.
And he was an asshole, eh?
Like this is what can you see what's happening behind me?
I can see the thing moving. Who's that?
It's Lola.
Lola. What is she doing?
Lola,
is there a ghost? She sees a ghost.
Lola. She's doing. No.
Yeah. So I don't know the whole. Since I learned about this when I was so young, and the documentary is so grainy, I get such creeper vibes about the whole thing. But it really is an inspirational story.
It's a what story?
Inspirational story.
Oh, I thought you said racial. I was like, well, he was white, but
he was very white.
It is inspirational. Yeah.
He started in the East Coast. Okay. So he started in the East Coast, and then he made it to Thunder Bay.
So he only made it like 1/4 of Canada.
Yeah, what a loser.
What? Like, I'd be an asshole too if I had to run.
And I would smoke a ton of pot too.
Yeah.
I would smoke a shit ton of pot.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, if you guys want to be like kind of in like a weird kind of mood, but like smoke pot and watch that documentary because it is good. And probably as an adult, it's not gonna like, become like a core memory like it did for me with that song. Okay, let's talk about, now you're caught up on a couple things that we've been talking about, but let's talk about your thoughts on Natalia Grace. You finished watching this.
Yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on this?
She was a kid.
You think?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, like,
Now-
was she 4 or was she? I think she was maybe like 8, and they made her believe she was 4, or something. But she wasn't like a 22-year-old like scam artist.
Now, would you like let her be alone in the house with your dogs?
Like I don't believe the dad and his account of things. I think
Okay.
he made those things up to excuse what they did.
The abuse.
Yeah.
But so you would trust her like
I don't trust anybody like with my dogs.
Yeah, Henry doesn't like me.
He's
grumbly.
He tries. I know. It's because you knew his name and he couldn't figure out who gave you the authority to know.
Well, and
name.
I'm sure I had to like discipline him at sleepover, so he's like, that bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Julie says we don't know that she was crazy. I think the parents pulled stuff from the Orphan movie.
100%.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think did she do things that were typical of even when the neighbors of that apartment building were talking about, she would just phone us and ask what she was doing, and she'd show up and ask for food. That's what a 10-year-old does.
Yeah.
Live with one. Why wouldn't think 2 things of it? If he was left alone, just going up to somebody and being like, "Can I have a sandwich?"
Yeah, that's what Lindsay was the one that convinced me of it, because she has kids, and she's like, she's like, kids are annoying.
Yeah.
But the neighbors were very funny. So
They
we'd
were.
look out the window. We wouldn't leave until we knew that she was indoors and couldn't see us.
Yeah.
That would be super annoying.
It would be. But they're trying to justify her childlike behavior through the lens of an adult, and that's creepy.
Yeah, there's going to be another documentary from her perspective.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, I feel like the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah.
But
what does Dr. Phil say? There's 2 sides to every pancake. Something like that.
Dr. Phil is so fucking exploitative. When the Ariel Castro thing with the 3 girls, and then the one weirdest one that was that had no family or anything, he really exploited the shit out of her. And and then also Shelley Duvall, do you remember that?
I know the name. What was her?
Shelley Duvall, she's from The Shining.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's Olive Oil and Popeye.
Yeah.
But she's she kind of went a little, mentally deranged, and she thought that Robin Williams was still alive and was abducted by aliens or something like that. But then he had her on his show and just did this huge interview with her, and it was just gross, what he did to her. And he totally did it for just to be exploitative. He sucks. Yeah. But I like watching it. And he also interviewed Burke Ramsey right after that documentary was made. And it didn't help Burke Ramsey's case.
It wasn't Creepy Santa. It was Burke.
I know, Julie.
Sorry to say, Jules.
Yeah. The explanation's right there in front of you. There was a flashlight sitting right there on the table.
Yeah, with
I think it was an accident.
And
I mean, they solved it in that thing. But yeah, Julie thinks it's Creepy Santa. I don't know. I would like to hear. Julie. She says, "Stop it." It was Burke. Sorry.
Yeah,
it's weird. Okay. Now here's another documentary that you watched. That I listened to a podcast about this a few years ago, but you just watched this documentary. It's a couple of years old, but you just watched it. And I don't think me and Jody ever even talked about this. So tell us about this.
Yeah, I've heard a couple podcasts. I watched the documentary. So these two lesbians got married
Oh, this
and
is Broken Hearts.
adopted.
Sorry, by the
Oh,
way,
yeah,
for the audio. Broken Hearts
true.
documentary.
Broken Hearts. Two lesbians adopted a ton of kids, like two sibling sets. I think there was 5 or 6 of them
Mhm.
all together. And they were like on social media, they were touted as being this like progressive, incredible, loving family. They'd go to marches and protests and all of this stuff. And then CPS was called a bunch of times, like Child Protective Services. The kids made a couple of claims asking for help, saying they were being abused, food was being withheld from them. And then the family took a road trip and drove their minivan off of a cliff in, I think, California, and all of them died.
And and like, why do you think, like, do you think that they planned that out? Like, they're like, let's Thelma and Louise this shit.
I
With
think
all the
one
kids.
of them did. I forget the names. I think the one that was driving, I think, was abusive to everybody. I think
Okay.
the wife was trying to sort of like manage the situation, and they found like incredible amounts of like Benadryl in the kids' systems. And so I think the abusive wife was like, well, I can't let the truth show, and I can't, have
Yeah, because
CPS
people were
involved.
starting to figure it out, and like, they were like, the documentary opens with a 911 call, but like, this is why CPS gets such a bad rap, because it's like, you had all of this, like, why don't you? But also, I understand that CPS has so many cases to look at, and they're worn really
Yeah.
thin, but like, this really, like, you really let this fall through the cracks, you guys. Like, the
Yeah.
amount of allegations, and the fact that the kids were like asking for help and like sneaking out of the windows and being like, please help, we're being abused.
Yeah, but these two like white women had this savior filter on them, and they were like, "Oh, they like, these two white women saved these kids." And the women were like, "Well, these kids have behavior issues. They've got issues with food because of past trauma." And they would say like, "Oh, Devonte was like born addicted to drugs and found in a crack house and all this stuff." But in actuality, he like was actually living with his aunt, who was a really like good person and wanted to keep him. And somehow they got taken from the home, sent across state lines, and adopted into this family of
Yeah,
white
and
women.
they were very performative in the fact that they would, like, they pretty much would make them pose for like happy time pictures, and
Yeah.
they would all kind of wear the same outfits. And please let this work. Yes, Devonte kind of became viral for this picture during the, which movement was this, like the Black Lives Matter?
No, it was a few years before that. I can't
Okay,
remember the guy's name that died. He was killed.
George Floyd.
No, it was
Oh
before
no, that was
George Floyd. Yeah,
okay.
and so then this was a protest in response to that.
Was it the I Can't Breathe?
And
The guy that was
that
selling Lucy's?
that was George Floyd, wasn't it? The I
No,
can't.
there's another guy too in like Staten
Oh,
Island. So it's
I
just
mean,
like
literally, probably
I mean,
every.
selling loose cigarettes is like the worst thing you could fucking do. You should die in the street,
Yeah.
obviously.
So yeah, so he would go and and hold these signs that said free hugs,
Yeah.
and people that were there kind of said like he was kind of pushed into doing this. And there's a few Black journalists that have said like I'd be really curious to see like if he was crying for the reason that they were
Right. So for the
doing
audio
it.
version of this, there's this picture. If you type in Devonte Hart, will be the first picture that comes up. But it's a picture of him hugging, like, because he was giving out free hugs at a protest, and this cop's hugging him, and he's hugging the cop and crying. But yeah, it is hard to see if he's crying because he's like, oh fuck, this is like such a scam and my life sucks, or if he's like really feeling the moment. But like and then this family kind of became viral off of this, and the moms like really took off running with that, and they just became, this is how I kind of feel about a lot of those TikTok families that use their kids to like, look at how perfect our family is. And it's like, but you're spending so much time editing your TikTok shit and you're not paying actual attention to your kid, other than the 2 minutes that you took to put them in this. I think it's gross.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I was gonna say,
Eric
like,
Garner selling cigarettes. Is that it?
oh, it might have been
all part of the same thing. So
yeah. Yeah, I just think if you have kids and your focus is going viral, whether you use them or not, your focus is in the wrong place.
Jessica Stellan says there's a great episode of Atlanta based on this case. Atlanta, I've never watched the show. I feel like I would like it. I love Donald Glover.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it's like everyone fucking loves that show. Maybe I'll check that out. Yeah, so you think that do you think the other mom was in on it, or do you think that the one mom was like,
no, I think
pack it up, get in the car?
Yeah, I think she was like a domestic abuse victim, and like, yeah.
God, it makes me think. There's this case. This has nothing to do with this, but like, it makes me think of this. I like, because I listen to so many like true crime stuff, and I love listening to like 911 calls, like fucked up 911 calls.
TikTok sends me on a journey all the time.
Oh, me too. And then they'll send you like one part of it, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to be watching this for the next 30 minutes. Yeah. There's this one of this like family. I always think of this and how terrifying this would be, but it's this family that's in like a car, and the brakes like got fucked up or something. There was like something wrong with the manufacturing of the vehicle, and the dad's calling, and he's like, the car keeps accelerating and it won't brake, and it's just awful. And like they died like immediately after the 911 call because the car just kept accelerating and wouldn't stop.
Oh my God.
And like, what do you do in that case? I feel like, because I thought about this last night. Here's my solution in that. Everyone roll down your windows, and I'm going to just try to find like a lake to drive into. So then I just drive into the lake, the car will stop.
Everybody get out.
But like, how do you think of that in the moment? I'm sure like awful.
I think you've just like unlocked a new irrational fear of mine.
And now everyone out there is going to go listen to the 911 call.
Or what about like the e-brake? Like, couldn't you like pull?
But does the e-brake ever really work? Because I've driven around for like an hour and then been like, oh, my emergency brake's on. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you remove your kids from your content and the money and engagement stop, you're exploiting them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we got correspondent Jean. Hello, Jean. On the Ramsey case, why do you think they found foreign DNA in her underwear and the waistband of her long johns didn't fit the family? Okay, so everyone watch CBS. It's like a 2-part documentary on John Bonet. It has Jim Clemente and Laura Richards in it. They figure out literally every single thing, and they had someone go and buy like panties at like Walmart or something, and then they took it to forensics, and they found a whole bunch of like freshly out of the package. They found
from the manufacturer.
Yeah, just from like people handling them. So that could be why. Honestly, guys, check out that CBS documentary. They, even if it's not true, they really do every single thing you could pick apart. They figure out like at least a reasonable, logical solution to it. Yeah. Trace DNA from manufacturing plant. Team Creepy Santa. Julie's gonna die on that hill.
I know, Julie. There's something we need to unpack here. Her like something with Santa.
Our group text is just gonna be lit after this today. So anyway, yeah, check out Broken Hearts, guys. There's a documentary and like a 5-part podcast. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word of my profession. Okay, let's talk about really quickly, I'm just going to get these out of the way. I know Carlin didn't watch them, but they're recommends for me. I'm still watching fucking, where is it? God, there's too many pictures on here now. Cruel Summer. This shit is so fucking good. Carling,
I'm going to watch it. Listen, are we going to say about when you texted me yesterday and I was like, oh yeah, Cruel Summer, but I thought you meant Cruel Intentions, the movie. Well,
it was weird because you're like, I've seen season 1. And I was like, oh, well, you should watch season 2. And you're like, oh, wait, I thought you meant Cruel Intentions. I'm like, why did you say season 1? Because that's a movie.
I don't know. I just wanted to be relevant.
Oh, yeah, totally. But yeah, and I said, I'm like, you're such an anomaly to me. Because like, I'm like, do you like true crime? And you're like, oh, yeah, like everything. And I was like, really? Because I assumed, I've never heard you mention anything really about true crime.
Yeah, no, I listened to all of it.
Watch this. It's so good. It's an anthology series. first season is totally separate. It's about like a girl that goes missing, and then it like, well, I won't tell you the ending, but it wraps itself up. But it's just such a show that's there's all these bait and switch, and you just never know where it's going to go, and there's always an insane twist at the end. And it's one show that I will not read along like beforehand, like or on Wikipedia as I'm watching it, because I don't want to be spoiled. And the next episode airs tomorrow, but this one is about just, it has 3 timelines, like 1998, 1999, and then 2000, which is like our high school basically. So like all the songs are from like our high school like time. So like it's going to bring you a lot of nostalgia, and it's just like someone dies and then you're just trying to figure out what happened, and like, oh, it was this girl because now they're fighting. Oh no, wait, she was actually covering for her here. Oh wait, it was this person. And
I love that.
It's so good. And the episodes, I think, were only, maybe they're 42 minutes, but I think that they're like maybe just 30 minutes. But it's on Freeform or Hulu, or I just bought it on Amazon Prime because I'm not dealing with, all that shit. And then also this show, I'll definitely be talking about it with Justine next week. Let me see if I have it. Here it is. It's called Stars on Mars. It's so
like,
stupid.
I've never even heard of this.
Oh, it's so good. But also, I think you can watch it for free even in Canada, just on like Fox or something.
Oh,
but
okay.
I bought this also on Amazon Prime too, because I don't even want commercials. So like every week it'll drop and it'll just automatically be put into my Amazon. But it's like the dumbest concept, but also like cool. They take all of these stars to like Australia, like this desert in Australia, and they pretty much recreate Mars, and it's pretty believable because it's like in this dusty like desert. They're in the middle of nowhere, and they build like this spaceship kind of there, and they have to go through all these like challenges and stuff, and it's just, the production value is so good but so stupid and silly, and just the amount that they're like, wow, I mean, it's really, God, I really miss Earth. And like, they're really like taking it seriously. And like Tom Schwartz from Vanderpump Rules is in it. And Ariel Winter from Modern Family's in it. Who else is like, they're just, and it's just like that level of star.
Yeah.
And Lance Armstrong is there. And he comes in, and Ariel Winter's like, we have a real astronaut, you guys. He's going to be, and everyone's like, what are you talking about? And she thought it was Neil Armstrong.
Yes.
She's like, everyone look up Lance Armstrong. He's just like, he's such a legend. He's like amazing. And it's like, so you saw this man who's clearly like 50 and thought this was a man who walked on the moon in 1969. And then she finds out, she's like, I feel so stupid. But it's good. And McLovin's in it.
I love him.
Just the amount that they're all committing to being like, God, Mars is just really tough. Wow. It's very funny. And just like the production value of the shit that they have to do, like, oh no, like one of your water things exploded. Now you need to climb down like 100 feet into this hole and like unfreeze this water and then pump it up to and they're all like sweating when they come back. They're like covered in like blood and dust, and they're like, holy shit. Like, it's nuts what they have to do. So I would recommend it. It's such an easy watch. There's only been 2 episodes. This also airs tomorrow night. Monday's going to be a good night of television. Anyone else out there watching Stars on Mars? Yes, Stars on Mars. There's 2 episodes so far, but season 3 is tomorrow. Noelle says, Cruel Summer, both seasons were great. Wish they could use Bananarama songs as the theme song. Yeah, no, they got some good resting bitch face. Julie says, between Tusk and Creepy Santa, I'm a mess. You heard of Tusk, Julie? Carling?
No.
Okay. Well, you need to get into it. It's a movie.
Oh my God.
I almost just want to be like, I assign you and Lindsay to watch Tusk, and then just don't even look up what it's about.
Yeah.
And see what you think.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, babe. You're going to hate me after it. Okay. So those are the 2 I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about this movie that no one fucking liked. Julie, I think, was okay with it. Justine didn't like it. But me and Carling saw this with Lindsay, and we both were like a fucking hot sobbing mess when the movie was over. It's called The Whale. I'm sure we've talked about it before, but I mean, what was your experience?
If you have like body image issues, daddy issues, like internalized homophobia, food issues, it just ticked every box for me
Yeah.
of things I should be in therapy for.
Mm-hmm.
And then wrapped it into this like incredibly well produced film. And
Yeah,
I think like
people
from
don't
the
like
opening
it.
scene, a tear just like started down my cheek and then it just didn't stop.
Yeah, I liked it, and like people they make fun of it on Doughboys all the time. Like they've turned it into a whole bit. Just oh the whale. Like they're just always talking about the whale and how dumb it was, but like I don't know.
Like it
But
was so good.
I know, and like people thought it was boring, but I kind of like that it was just he didn't really change much from the play. It was just kind of because I don't mind watching a play, and I
Yeah.
love Darren Aronofsky, and Brandon Fraser was great, and just the thing like where he like waits before the pizza guy leaves so he doesn't see him, and then he accidentally sees him, and he's just like humiliated. But then also I'm looking at this and I'm like, if I saw Brandon Fraser, I'd be like, yeah, it's just like a guy. He's not like that big.
Yeah,
Like they could have made him bigger probably.
but I'm also awkward. I don't want any of the skip the dishes people to see me. But
I look out the window until they're like out of my sight, and then I go out there like a troll and just like grab it.
Get my food. Yeah.
Yeah. Relish Trey says food issues check, insecure check, daddy issues check. And the ending was the way it wrapped up is so good. Like, God, like we were both just like
And then we look over at dead-faced Lindsay.
It's like, you guys ready?
Yeah, you ready to go? Do you have all your stuff? You have leftover popcorn?
Are you unaffected by what you just saw up there?
Yeah, she had no emotion. She thought it was good, but no emotion.
I loved it. And I loved Darren Aronofsky. And he did Requiem for a Dream, which me and Julie talked about at great length last episode. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah. It's been a while, but yeah, I watched it. But yeah, it was so good.
I loved it. And the acting was great. So everyone piss off if you don't like that movie. We got let's see, The Whale, Cruel Summer. So you've been watching, and I think the show's coming back soon. And I've been noticing that you've been watching it on my Discovery Plus.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You finally hopped onto the Platteville train.
Yes, I used to watch it when it was like when it first started on TV, and then I fell off the bandwagon. But Lindsay has started watching it, and so we just started like with the first one, and we're somewhere in the second season right now. But it's interesting watching it knowing that the parents are split, but I love it.
Now, what are your thoughts on Ethan and Olivia?
Like I think he might be a closeted gay, and and I think that I like Olivia. He's so, is the term infantilized? Like she treats him like such a child.
But he acts like a child.
Because he acts like a child because he wasn't exposed to like the real world, that I don't know how I could be intimate with somebody like that.
Yeah, and me and Jody covered some episode like way early on, and we were like, Ethan's just like, there's an episode where he goes and like confronts his parents. You haven't seen that yet. I think that's at the end of season 2. Maybe.
I feel like we've seen, there's been some confrontation.
There's one where like he like goes up to the house and he's like, you're never gonna see us again. I'm here to say goodbye. Ooh. And he gets up in his dad's face, and it's like pretty hot. Because he's like, you will not approach my wife because she's like waiting in the car. Yeah. He's like, let's all go see her. And Ethan's like, get out of, I will. And it's very hot. Yeah. Like Ethan's just like the greatest guy. And then this most recent season, he's like a monster. Like he's just like exactly like all the rest of men are. Like he's just very like patriarchal and just like, I just want to work on my truck. Sorry. Just very, it's rough. And then Mariah's going through all her shit. Like, where are you with Mariah? Is she like,
her and her brother, the second youngest the second youngest boy, move in to a house with the model. And she's dating this guy.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna go south.
And and I feel like they're just like making bad choices.
Okay, well her story goes she's kind of annoying, but like she goes through kind of a journey, especially a clothing journey. Yikes. Like
I've looked her up on Instagram and she seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, she's better now. She went through.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you not though when you're raised like that? And if I was like, if I had a body like that, I'd be like wearing like, you know, pleather bathing suits too. Latrice, I need you to figure it out. And you smell like cat litter. Elizabeth Miller wants to know, how do I find Carling's channel of Seventh Heaven?
Yeah, look up, if you're anywhere you get your podcast, look up Seventh Heaven, a lesbian recap. There's also a link in our Instagram, which is Seventh Heaven, a lesbian recap.
And you have a TikTok.
And I have a TikTok called
What's the
Seventh
best
Heaven.
thing to get it to engage? Like because I don't do any of that stuff, but like what makes you the most, I don't know, money, or like what gets you the best like insights? Like, do you know at all?
No, I don't know. I think I would imagine probably Instagram.
Okay.
It seems to be, I guess it depends like who your demographic is.
I just recently started, like in the past 3 weeks, I've been putting my like posts as a story. Wow, what a concept. Ooh,
yeah.
And like it's getting like in 10 minutes I'll have like 300 people looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you've been doing that the whole time. Probably should.
Yeah.
I really do need you to come over to my house at some point. I'll get some wine and then you just take me through like a lesson in how to do social media. I'm like,
yeah.
Because I just don't know where to start or what to do. And like, it overwhelms me. I want you to like make a list of like, every time you do an episode, do this, 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 and this. And
I'll totally do that. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I'll get the truly on ice. Great. Okay, let's talk about our two. Oh wait, do you have any opinions on Kim Cattrall coming back to Sex and the City for a cameo, and Just Like That rather?
No, I don't. I think it's fine.
Were you following any of that drama?
No, not a huge amount. Like I grew up watching Sex and the City and then saw the movies, and you know, I sort of peripherally keep tabs on it.
Why didn't you watch it Just Like That?
I don't know. I think I just didn't have time.
Oh, well, you should join us because we would have like a text thread going at like, it would drop at like 4:30 in the morning. And like, it would be like at least me, Justine, and Colin, and then Jody would be there sometimes. And we're like texting at 4 a.m. And Jody's like, I fucking hate you guys. I don't even want to watch this show, but here I am, 4 o'clock in the morning, texting about Just Like That. It's the worst show on earth. But it's so funny and like awful. It's a perfect hate watch.
Okay,
and
I'm into it.
Kim Cattrall hates Sarah Jessica Parker. They've had this like huge feud. When her brother died, Kim Cattrall, Sarah Jessica Parker like posted like, my condolences, or like, I'm thinking about you or something. Kim Cattrall wrote her back in the comment like, I don't need your goddamn sympathy. You were never my friend, and here you are all acting like we're something. I don't need your sympathy. Get out of my life. It was just so
my
crazy.
God.
Yeah, and she's like, she was a bitch to me on set, and I don't really know if I believe her, but I like kind of love the story of it. And I feel
Didn't
like
her brother die here, like in Alberta?
Did he? I didn't know that.
Oh God, I just kicked a dog.
I mean, that sounds fine. Sounds realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's been saying, no, absolutely not. I will not be doing that. She's the reason they didn't do the third movie. So then the third movie got kind of turned into season 1 of And Just Like That. So, and she's like, I'm never doing it. And then they had her in the first season by just like through text messages and stuff. So now all of a sudden she's coming back to do a single cameo, probably just one scene, probably just like on the phone, like she lives in London or something. So, But I mean, I can't imagine how much money she got paid for that, because you know how many people are going to like come back to like watch for that.
Yeah.
Also, there's this character called Che Diaz. Carling, you need to watch just for Che Diaz. It's Sarah.
Che Diaz like a queer person?
Queer, non-binary. Sarah Ramirez plays them, and Che is a stand-up comedian, and it is so funny because the stand-up is so bad. Her stand-up's like, hey everyone, who in this room has fucked me? And everyone's like, woo! And she's like, who here in this room am I going to fuck later? And people are like, woo! And Miranda's in the audience like, wow, I love this comedy concert. It's so stupid. And like Miranda leaves Steve, who has a hearing loss now because he's so fucking old. He's like 50 something.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What? Miranda? What did you say? Miranda, I can't hear you." And she's like, "God, my husband's deaf. I need to like be a lesbian now."
Oh my God. I always,
yeah.
I always felt bad for Steve.
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Diaz, like it's, and like Sarah Ramirez knew that like everyone hated them, but it's like it's not Sarah Ramirez's fault. It's a horribly written character. Che is completely unlikable, non-charming, total asshole. Oh God, there's this scene where Carrie just had hip surgery because, you know, old.
Yeah.
And Miranda's taking care of her and Carrie's like asleep in her bed. And you know how her studio apartment is? It's just like open. It's an open closet. Basically. And Che comes over and it's like beep, and Miranda's like, "Who's there?" And, "Hi, it's Che Diaz." So Che Diaz comes up and like they start like hitting on Miranda, and then there's this whole scene where they're like making out and Che is like fingering Miranda in the kitchen, and it goes on for way too long, and it's like so bad. And it's like this
my God.
Oh my God, girl, please watch it.
Okay.
You can blast
on the
like
list.
all of the episodes in like 2 days, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You and Lindsay will die. Like just take an edible or like drink a bunch and then just watch it. You will like die laughing. Anyone else out there watching just like that? Anyone else love that kitchen scene? I know Jody really hated it. I know you guys mentioned a random cast says, "I know you guys mentioned in Jody's birthday unboxing, but what does Carling think of Christine's new tattoo? She has a Princess Diana revenge." Well, we're gonna get into. We have a Sister Wives chunk. If we have a little time, we're gonna talk about Christine's dress and like I got pictures. There's always stuff going on in Sister Wives.
I'm looking it up right now for remember. Oh yeah.
Oh, I have the picture here.
Okay.
Okay. We have two. I got like a bubble in my throat. I can't get out. We got two De Belle of the Balls for us here. Hang on. Now there's a show that I keep fucking screaming at everyone to watch, and finally Carling watched it, and the best moment of maybe my whole past year was last night when you just wrote back to me, "The Bear is so good." And I was like, thank you.
It's so good.
Like this show, it's kind of a bad title because it doesn't tell you what it's about. It's like, it seems like it's going to be about animals or something.
This is what I thought.
But it is so good. I also love this main character. I think he's like so hot for some reason. Like he's got like these bulgy eyes and his face. He's got like a kind of face where like if he's sad, like it just shows all over his face. He's got such an expressive face. And I mean, his whole character is basically just stressed, which works. And his hair is always like, but it's about like this guy whose brother commits suicide. He owned this restaurant in Chicago, and it's based on a real place called the Original Beef or the Beef in Chicago. And he has to come and take over this restaurant and it's just pretty much showing how insane it is to work, especially in the back of house of a restaurant. But it has so much heart and just like the relationships of everyone and like how they grow as like a team throughout the season. It is, and the performances are so great and you feel something. The last moment of the last episode is you will like burst into tears. And the next season comes out this week.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're so into it.
Yeah. So tell us what you think.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. The main character, I forget his name, but he plays Lip in Shameless.
Yes.
And I thought I can't picture him playing any other type of character because I felt like it was just like it's like a continuation of Lip. Like he's got the same energy. Okay. But it just like it brought back the good and bad nostalgia of like working in restaurants, working in small pubs. Everyone's hollering at everybody like corner, behind, herd, all those things. But it's like it peppering in a nice amount of like, oh, well, what did happen to his brother? Oh, like who's this guy after him? Why does he owe this money? What did he, like they're peppering in enough questions.
Ooh, his name is Carmi.
Carmi, that's right.
And the amount of food porn, by the way, it's like there's all these great just up close shots of them just like making and just it's beautiful. And the producer of it was on Doughboys last week, and she said that like they have professional, like real professional chefs like come in and they teach the actual actors. So when you see that, it's like the actual actors hand doing it. And it's just really beautiful. And like it's the love that these people have for the food. Like you can just see it through the camera shots. And I mean, I don't know why everyone isn't just talking about this show. And it's an easy watch. They're 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
I think there's 6 or 7 of them. So you guys need to finish that this week so that you'll be ready for season 2.
Yeah, it's really good. It's I'd never even heard of it, which doesn't surprise. I don't hear about a lot of things, but
well, you know, you're on top of stuff more than I thought you were. CNB Boyd says, Amanda, will we get your thoughts on the Tonys? I loved it. Best Tonys ever. Actually, and a random cat already answered this. Me and Nick did a Tony recap on Squirrel Friends Cocktail Hour this past week. Here, I'll put up the logo for that. We did a recap of the past 3 episodes of All Stars 8 Drag Race. But then at the beginning, we talked about Vanderpump Rules for about 18 minutes, but we did put a timestamp on it. And then at the end of the episode, we talked for, I don't know, probably 10 minutes or so about our thoughts on the Tonys. We broke down all the performances. And so you can check it out over there. Unless Carling watched the Tonys and you have any insights.
No, I missed it.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Okay, so The Bear. Everyone fucking check out The Bear. Now, here's where I was up until 4:00 in the goddamn morning the other day because I could not stop watching the fucking Ultimatum, dude. Like, I could not stop watching this thing.
Yeah.
You guys are finished.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
Like, it's so binge worthy. Oh, Xander. Yeah. So
Xander. Everyone's in love with Xander, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm disappointed that they didn't have a queer host. I think there's enough A, B, and C level queer actors that could have done it, that I thought it was really disappointing. And I don't like that they didn't talk about pronouns, because it was really obvious just through listening to them interact that there was a lot of they thems. Ozzy's pronoun is Ozzy. And like that's like an interesting educational and yet importantly representative of like the queer community. And so I was disappointed in that.
Tiff, I feel, must be. Yeah.
I think Tiff.
Mal,
I think, is they them. Xander's they them. Non-binary. I
was very attracted to all of them.
My God.
Especially Tiff would be the one that would like definitely break my heart. But Mal came out looking great. And like that person is going to like, they came out as the perfect partner. Yeah. And then Xander, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I have dated my fair share of Tiffs. And I fucking hate Vanessa with this like fiery.
You know who I figured out she looks like when she smiles is Giada De Laurentiis. It's like that like super teethy like smile. She redeemed herself a little bit toward the end. The villain turned out to be Rolly or whatever her name was. Yoli
and Mildred. Yoli, Mildred, and Vanessa were like
all the femme ones.
Not cool. Yeah, Sam is the only one that I think sort of like stayed the same through the whole thing. But I mean, I thought the show was great.
Which one is Sam?
Sam is she's Asian and she gave the ultimatum to Ozzy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think Ozzy doesn't need an ultimatum. I think Ozzy needs 10 years of deep, intense therapy.
Yeah.
Like there's
Ozzy. Like I think they're a very good person and there's definitely love there. Yeah. And I think they did grow throughout the season.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much to unpack here. I think it was really good. I was really sad that Lexi and Mal didn't end up together. Did I just ruin it? Have you watched it?
I watched everything.
Yeah. So Lexi and Mal, I thought were like such a good pairing. And then I was shocked when Mal was like, oh, like it's only Yoli. I only want Yoli. But I was like,
oh, is Lindsay's the one with the boobs?
Lexi is the boobs.
Lexi, okay.
Yeah.
I like her too, actually.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like her. Just like looking at her, I was like, who's this? But I really also liked Ray. And I hated that Ray and Vanessa ended up in a trial marriage together.
Yeah, that was bad.
Because Vanessa was just so performative and she was so desperate for attention that, and Ray was like not into it. Vanessa's like, "Do you want to see my nipple piercing?" And Ray's like, "No."
I mean, I guess, you know, they go, great, there it is. I've seen a million of those.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to ask you, actually. I was thinking, because they on the first dates, they're all talking to each other like, "Oh, I've never gone out with somebody who's also butch." Is that the word to use?
Yeah.
Just like, what do you and Lindsay consider yourself? Because I was trying to think of that, and I was like, I feel like they're both just kind of like right in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's like a really Lexi and the TMI with her parents was uncomfortable. Yeah, Lexi had a lot of she had a weird dynamic with her parents.
Yes. And with
it was with everyone. Yeah, I think I went on an interesting journey. Like I always presented like in high school, I had really long hair. Very girly. I wore heels and dresses and skirts and makeup, like, oh, the eyeliner.
You and me dressed the exact same way. And it was like there was like those like pants that like had the zipper in the back. Remember that we both owned like tons of those. Just hideous clothes.
And I think I just was like following along that straight agenda that was like propagated down my throat for the first 18 years. And then when I came out, I was like, oh, I'm a lesbian, but I thought I still had to hold really gender stereotypes. So I was like, oh, I still have to be feminine. And because I'm feminine, I need to date somebody who is masculine, because I was still convinced that there had to be like a heteronormative like role within a relationship, even a same-sex relationship. And then one day I was getting really annoyed because I was very straight passing, and so nobody would know that I was gay, and I was so annoyed about it. And then I was like, why don't I cut my hair? And so
I remember watching that on Facebook, that journey, and I was like, that actually really works for her.
Yeah. So then I cut my hair, and I literally went in and was like, I need the gayest haircut you can provide me.
Oh, I love that.
And it actually almost ended my relationship, like who I was with Lindy. And
really?
Lindy was like, I like feminine presenting women. And she was like, it would be like if I started wearing dresses. And we really had to unpack this.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah. And so we really had to like unpack this. And then like that journey took me down this idea that like, why do I wear skirts? They're so impractical. If I have to run or climb, I can't.
Your thighs shaved together.
The chub rub. Yeah. And then like heels. I got a bad back. Why am I wearing heels? They're uncomfortable. My toes pinch. And I just like made these decisions for myself that like, I don't have to have long hair. I don't have to, and I don't think I'm really that feminine, but I also don't think I'm butch. I think I'm just maybe like feminine on the ambiguous side.
Yeah, I would say that. And also Lindsay just cut her hair too.
Yeah. So Lindsay, the same thing. She thought like when we were moved in together, she had so many clothes, and she was like, I was like, why do you have these 4 dresses? And she's like, well, I wear them when I get invited to weddings. And I was like, but why do you have to wear a dress to a wedding if you don't otherwise wear dresses? And she really had to be like, I don't know. I just thought that's what I had to wear.
See both of you in like cute ass tuxedos. God. That's like hot. That would be
like
so
when we
cool.
get married, we want to wear like suspenders, a little bow tie.
Oh, so cute.
So cute.
I can see like one of you in like a paisley like blazer, like super like loud.
Yeah.
I love it. Can I sing at your wedding?
Like 100%.
I'm there, girl. I just invited myself to your wedding and put myself in your party. Right. Well, anyway, also about the ultimatum, I like that the host is not Vanessa and Nick Lachey. And I thought she did a good job at the reunion. She was like low key and was just kind of natural. She wasn't like, oh my God, you guys are so cute. She was just like, oh, really? Tell me more about that. She was like a normal person and a likable person. So they figured out that Vanessa.
But why couldn't she be queer?
I know. There's so many. Like Sarah Ramirez could have done it.
Yeah.
Che Diaz, bring back Che Diaz. Sarah Ramirez as Che Diaz. She could do some stand up. But yeah, guys, check it out. I was like, when it got announced that it was Queer Love, not that I'm not interested in that, but I was like, oh, this is just going to be like a bunch of like women that are all just dating each other, and it's not going to be interesting. But it totally wasn't. It actually really proved that women are much more intellectually, intellectually emotional than like men are. The way they're able to actually talk about stuff, and like. It was very fascinating to watch. And like most of them, I don't think any of them really swayed except for like Yoli and Xander. Yeah. But everyone else was really committed to their one person. And then spoiler alert, they pretty much all break up at the end.
I know. I think it was only Sam and Ozzy, wasn't it, that stayed together?
Yeah.
Everybody else went their separate
ways.
Well,
a couple of them were still together at the reunion. It was like a black screen. Like they broke up and also they broke up.
Yeah.
But check it out, guys. Yeah. And it's, I mean, The Ultimatum, all of these trashy shows, Love is Blind, Ultimatum. I mean, it's just like candy. It's but you get hooked, and it's just, and then they, this will go away in 2 weeks and I'll forget that I ever even watched that show. So, but Love is Blind is coming back now. So Netflix has us. They have us in the palm of their hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do some think fast questions before we end with Gary's Instagram and Sister Wives news. But first, we got to do a little check-in here with our buddy Howie the Crab. Now, this is an interesting one because now we're taking pictures of Howie hanging off of her owner's ass. This is horrifying.
Yeah.
This is like a horror movie. This is like I'm walking around and somebody's like, "Oh, there's something on your back," and I turn around and fucking Howie's on my back. I'd like throw it into a wall. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this? You're an animal person.
Yeah. What's the life expectancy of a crab? Because this is what I think. Like, is Howie the same? Is it the original Howie, or is this person just repurposing different crabs as Howie to keep this influence?
No, there was an original crab, but they weren't famous like Howie is. I mean, nobody's got a personality like this crab.
Yeah.
But a few months ago, Howie was like not molting and she wasn't eating. And so everyone was worried. And then she put up a thing like Howie's molting, and like me and a bunch of people like of our listeners were like on the live watching. I watched it for like 2 hours of Howie, and nothing's happening when she's molting. She's just sitting there, but you know that something's happening. And then she finally pulled out of her shell, and everyone was like crying, and it was like there was like thousands of people watching this crab fucking molt.
Yeah.
So I'm invested. Jody fucking hates that crab. It's so fucking funny. Lauren says Jody still wants to boil her. Yeah, Howie's mom put up a post the other day that's like, can people please stop leaving comments about eating Howie? She is my pet. Like, I wonder if she's watching our live streams. Okay, let's do some think fast questions.
Okay.
All right. And I hope you know all these true crime stories. Aunt Diane. Do you know Aunt Diane?
Yes.
Drunk or tooth abscess?
Drunk.
Yeah. Elisa Lamb, manic episode or paranormal?
Paranormal.
I want it to be
100%.
paranormal.
Yeah, it's paranormal.
That elevator video, though.
I can't watch it unless somebody's with me and I'm in a bright room. I'm so scared.
The first time I saw that, like I'll never forget. Like, just
it's not right.
That the first time. Okay, there's people right outside my window. I'm trying to do a podcast.
Like, I can hear them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because my window's wide open. I guess I could shut my window, and I'm sure they're hearing me talking about like shitting and stuff all day long. They're probably allowed to stand outside my window and talk. Okay, Stevie Wonder, blind or nah?
Blind.
Okay. Well, here, Julie, get ready. Who killed John Bonet?
It was Brock.
Burke.
Is it Brock?
Burke. Burke. There's no Brock.
The brother.
Carling brings in this new. She's like, it was Brock. You haven't heard of this theory?
Burke's twin that never got any airtime.
He like lives under the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, Natalia Grace, child or adult?
Child.
Okay, Maura Murray, alive in Canada or wandered into the woods and died?
Alive.
In Canada?
Yeah.
You think alive?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just think they would have, I mean, I guess my argument goes both ways. They would have found evidence of her perishing. If she perished in the way that they're saying, that she just wandered.
Okay. What do you think, that there's a possibility that she got picked up by somebody and then got murdered later?
Yeah, I think that's more likely.
Interesting. I like that you're taking like a different route on a lot of these. Okay. Adnan Syed, guilty or innocent? And if innocent, okay, innocent. So then who's the murderer?
I think it's that creepy friend who borrowed his phone and car.
Jay?
What's his name? Jay
Wild. Oh, I don't think Jay had anything to do with it.
I don't know. I don't know who did, but it wasn't Adnan.
I think it was Dawn.
Ooh, the guy from the store, the boyfriend.
Crafters. Yeah.
Lens Crafters,
her boyfriend. Yeah. Of course it was him. His mom was the manager, and she fucked with his time card, so it looked like he was there.
That was the first, that story on Serial is my first podcast that I ever listened to.
It was my second podcast. My first podcast was Lady Watch, which is, everyone should still listen to it. It's the best podcast in the world. But the second podcast I ever listened to was Serial, and it was my first true crime podcast. I did not like true crime before that. Yeah. And it's still very listenable. Like, if you guys don't like true crime, like, try to listen to Serial. It's amazing.
It's really good.
Okay. Who's the main villain on Sister Wives? Cody or Robin? Oh, it's a tough one, right? Because they're both so terrible.
Yeah, they're both so terrible. I think Cody, because I don't like Robin, but I think they are all products of the religion and community that they grew up in. And so Robin is just cutting along the dotted line of like, this is what I do. This is, I have to be a sister wife. I have to do this. And Cody is just like, men, right? Like, that's why I have a sticker, because I just think that he is a straight white cis man who is ruining the world.
And he's just so, oh God. Someone wrote in our group the other day, Allison says, or Mary. Yes, Mary could also. She's not helping anything.
No, Mary's a closeted lesbian with some mental health issues.
I mean, it's barely even closeted at this point, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the post, but somebody said that they're, and here it is. Maggie Mann, I hope that's okay that I'm reading this. She said, I told my mom that I had just started watching Sister Wives. We live in Utah. And my mom responds, I used to work with them. I was like, with who? Janelle? Because obviously Janelle's like the only one with a job. And she goes, apparently long before the show, or Robin. My mom worked at a call center with Mary, and Cody worked for the same company as a salesperson. I'm sure he was really successful. Yeah. She didn't say the name of the company. I don't know if she even remembers, but she said Mary was super quiet and just kept to herself. But everyone there knew that they were polygamist, even though they didn't talk about it. And they got a whole bunch of comments and stuff. And Erica says, the hardest thing for me to believe here is Cody not talking about being polygamist.
Yeah.
But wait, where I lost you. Where am I? Oh, there we are. Yeah. So I don't know. Cody he fucking sucks. And so even back in the day, like, she went on to say, like, the mom said that he was like loud and obnoxious and just always wanted attention. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So away from true crime now, what's the most fucked up movie you've ever seen that'll like stick with you forever?
Well, okay. I'm going to say two. One of them is Bastard out of Carolina. Bastard out of North Carolina?
No, Carolina.
Carolina. And I watched it way too young, and there is childhood sexual assault at like rampant, and it really like damaged me, I think. And also Welcome to the Dollhouse.
What's that about?
Super culty. It's got some pretty big names in it, but I don't know names of anybody. And it's this like awkward, like, see if you can look up a picture of the movie title. It's Welcome to the Dollhouse. It's this really uncomfortable, awkward main character who's like in junior high, and her little sister gets kidnapped. And
yes, I keep seeing this on this keeps coming up on my TikTok, like scenes from this.
Yeah, it is. It is really, I mean, anybody in the comments, if you've seen it, it's.
Oh, I want to watch this because
I've watched it so
keeps
many
coming up.
times, and it's like terrible but good.
This
And
movie.
there it is.
With this girl in it. I don't know what her name is, but she's like the best friend in Princess Diaries. She's just like
that's
that
right.
classic kind of nerdy girl, but like
Yeah.
And she just what is she? She just wants like guys' approval, right?
She just wants society's approval. She doesn't have friends. She doesn't really, and like she's getting bullied, and she wants a boyfriend, and the whole thing. It's so uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think
Andy
actually
said so uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yep. Allison says Wiener Dog. It's a cult classic.
Dog.
I would watch it as long as a dog doesn't die in there, babe. I'm not watching any dogs dying.
Have you heard of that website? Does the dog die?
Of course.
Yeah, you gotta look it up.
I mean, I always use it. Wiener Dog movie. Let's see. Let's check this shit out. It has Greta Gerwig in it and Danny DeVito. Ellen Burstyn is in it. Zaja Mamet. Wow, this is like a really good cast. All right. Well, I'm going to add that to my list. Sound off in the comments, guys. What's your most fucked up movie you've ever seen? And you're allowed to say Tusk if you want, because Tusk is pretty fun. I think that one might be. Also, I watched the fucking bedroom scene of Terrifier 2 this week because I couldn't not, because Julie and Justine fucking love that movie. And
which movie?
Terrifier 2.
No,
and there's this bedroom scene, and it is the worst thing I've ever seen, and I keep watching it. It's like I want to just desensitize myself to it, so I keep watching it. And it's the worst thing. I mean, Tusk might be worse, though. Okay, let's see what else. The Exorcist. Oh, I wanted to talk about this, Carling. You and me went to, I think it was you, like our group of friends went to, didn't we all go to The Exorcist? Like when it came out in theaters again, like it was like a re-release of The Exorcist.
Like, I don't doubt it. Did we also go see the Blair Witch Project?
No, I saw that with Jen.
Okay. But The Sixth Sense, I believe we probably saw The Exorcist back in
I don't know who else I would have gone with, because we definitely went up like in Bennington Heights. We went up to like didn't you live in the north?
Way north, yeah.
Yeah. But we saw The Exorcist. I remember they added back in the crab walk down the stairs thing.
Yeah.
And I had never seen that before, and that was pretty fucking chilling. And did you know that person is really doing that? They got like a
body double.
Yeah, it was a body double, but a contortionist. And like she's being held up, but she is walking down the teeth. Andy Nowicki says teeth. Yeah, me and Brad went to that, and we got our car towed during it. So
that's nice.
$600 movie there. Killer Clowns, Joyce says. Never heard of that one.
That scares me.
Clowns in general, I just don't.
Like, I love to watch scary movies, but I'm so scared. But
I like more like movies where there's not going to be a shit ton of gore. Like,
what about jump scares?
I love a jump scare. I love it, and as long as there's no animals in it. But like, I love a jump scare.
I'm sure that every moment is going to be a jump scare, so I like.
Yeah, me too.
But
I don't want to watch like Hostel or Saw, where like I saw, I think Saw 3 in theaters, and just the entire time I was just like staring at like my drink sitting on the ground. Like I didn't see any of it. Okay, which friend are you? Oh, which friend are you?
Of the friends?
Oh, friends, yeah. I was like, why did I write that? Yeah.
I think probably Monica.
Me too. I want to think that I'm like Phoebe, but I'm Monica.
Yeah, I'm like too organized. I'm too keeping everyone together, and I'm a control freak. And
yeah, there's this scene in Friends where like, I don't know, somebody does something to fuck with Monica. Like, okay, like I'm gonna turn this pillow this way or something, and you have to like not touch it. And then there's just like the closing credit scenes of her in the bed, being like, okay, I'm gonna get up. No, I'll go to the bathroom, and then just on the way back, I'll just do this. And like and then she's just like, God, what is wrong with me? And I remember as a kid thinking like, God, that's really manic. And now that's exactly how I am. Like if I know that there's like a knife sitting in my sink, I'll like be like, I need to go down there and just like move the knife.
Yeah. I really love this Aureola. I know this is delayed, but I was prepping dinner. I'm a straight cis woman, and I'm pro no heels, pants, t-shirts, and short hair. Yes.
Me too.
And what about these no fucking pockets in pants? I will not wear a pair of anything if they're if they don't have a reasonable pocket that like my phone will fit into.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Jean says the human centipede. Yeah, that's a rough one too.
Oof. Yeah.
Yep. Jay Schwa says I'm Phoebe and Ross's baby if they had one. Yeah, I guess I never thought about the men. I think I'm like a Monica Ross because I'm like, you know, I freak out on everything and I overreact.
Yeah.
And I'm organized. Okay. What would your last meal be?
Like death row, or I'm dying and it's my last meal.
Not necessarily but just like, yeah, you're about to die and like what's what's your last meal if you ever.
I love it. Is it Jody that says a sensible side salad to start?
Yes.
I do love how refreshing a side salad is though.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be your last fucking meal.
Yeah, no, fair. Oh gosh, my last meal. Like I don't like anything too fancy. Like I think like I really love pizza.
Yeah. Mine is craft dinner, just to put that out there.
Ooh, like that's
like
a comfort classic.
Dinner.
Yeah. I'd say maybe a box of craft dinner and then a side of like smiley fries. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Smiles. And maybe like a toaster strudel for dessert.
Oh, I never thought about dessert. Yeah. I mean, when you called me yesterday, I was on my way to Dairy Queen. And yeah, I ate it and just immediate shits. It was like, it was good though.
Yeah, really good. It's probably delicious. Who cares what comes out? It's what goes.
I haven't had ice cream in like years, so that also added to the lactose intolerance. Yeah, I'd probably do box of mac and cheese and then a side of eggs Benedict.
Okay. Yeah.
I love an eggs Benny. Just hollandaise sauce. I just want to like drink hollandaise sauce. Okay. And then my last question is, what's your desert island TV show? If you could only watch one show for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I think Modern Family.
Interesting. I actually just did a rewatch of that.
It's good. It's like, it's got everything.
I can't stand Gloria. I'm like, we get it. You're loud. Loud doesn't equal funny. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And she gets more obnoxious as the seasons go on. But it is good. The character development is very good.
The character development, I like that they do sort of like the interview style, but also the like classic, or not rom-com, but like family style. Yeah.
I don't like really where they took Haley's character. Also, she is that actress. She's on, she's a guest judge on an episode of Drag Race. And oh God, I mean, she should not have done it because people.
Oh no.
She's just so obnoxious. Because she's like this, like, what, 18 years old? And she's talking to these like esteemed drag queens who are like in their 40s and been doing this like 18 years. And she's like, well, I was actually raised by drag queens in Manhattan and just like actor to actor. I just think that you just need to like feel it more. And they're like,
oh no.
Joe in Salt Lake City says bomb lasagna for their last meal made by Robin Brown. Steak and eclairs. Steak is good. My Auntie Debbie's taking me out for steak this week. And
are you going to the keg? I told you.
No, but I did this. I said I didn't want to ask for the keg because I didn't want to be like
too presumptuous.
Then she suggests modern steak, which is way more expensive than the keg. This steaks for like $275 on there. So obviously I'm gonna get like the cheapest one.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll wait for her to order. And if she gets like a $200 steak, I'll like up mine.
Yeah, be like, I don't know what I'm feeling. What are you feeling?
But holy shit, I was like, okay, but she suggested it, so this is not my fault.
Yeah.
Not my fault. Okay, my desert island TV show would be The Office.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Office, Modern Family, those are two of my favorite.
Friends, I could do Friends too. You want to pick something with a lot of seasons so that like there's a lot of Parks and Rec would be up there maybe too.
Yeah.
But The Office, that's the go-to. That's the one I can quote the most.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
can I ask you a rapid question?
Yeah.
Britney Spears, where is she?
Ooh. I think that's her on the Instagrams.
You do?
Yeah.
TikTok is taking me down an AI rabbit hole. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So what do you think?
I think it's not her. I want it. Where is Brittany? I
Where do
was
you think
never
she
part
is?
of this "Where is Brittany" movement.
Yeah, me
I think
neither.
she's either hospitalized, like privately institutionalized, or she's dead. But they want to keep milking that cash cow.
That would be crazy.
I know. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Like I'm not
Well, I
like
love conspiracy theories.
but I get like I like hearing about them.
Yeah.
But like they show like how AI's like, for example, not good at doing bottom teeth. Like it just has like or fingers they mess up
Yeah.
on.
I think Hannah
And
Berry was talking about that maybe. Yeah, I heard that like
they
recently.
they like show this guy wearing this like green screen hat, and then they superimpose Tom Cruise on, and you wouldn't know.
They do that with pornos, actually. It'll be like, oh, Jennifer Aniston in a porno, and it's like, I mean, it's like believable. I was like, how do they do
behind
that?
the scenes? Because that'd be awkward, like having sex with this like thing on your face.
Oh, do they have to like wear something?
Yeah, it's like it's like a headband with like this like green screen thing.
Nothing
that
sexier
like
than that.
Yeah.
Noelle says, don't they make more money after a pop star dies? I mean, yeah, they could cash in on that too. Maybe that's the big maybe that's the big plan.
Maybe.
I don't know. Now that we've talked about it, it's going to be in my TikTok algorithm, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what is with my lighting right now.
I like it. I want to do a whole Patreon episode on it.
Do it.
I'm
sure there's like podcasters out there who would like come on it. You should get like Troy from Beyond the Blinds. He had a podcast called Dunzo before he did Beyond the Blinds, and he did like a 3 or 4 part series on Britney, and he had information that I'd never heard of, like the deep dive he did on that. I'll send you over to there. All right. Okay. Well, let's do our next segment here. Let's check out Gary Shirley's Graham. Looks like delicious meals. I only got 2 today.
I'm hungry, so we'll see what this.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this is gonna. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this is
nice.
Okay, what a 20-minute breakfast. Leah and I shared this, and it changed our lives. It was also very delish, right, Leah? Yes, Dad. Right on, girl. I got you. That's the most unhinged Instagram like title I've ever seen. Also, there is like a pancake under there. This is like an omelet made with, I want to say 8 eggs, maybe. Stuffed with spinach and then a tomato from his garden. Natch. This is just a little 20-minute breakfast for Gare Bear. And you know that he was like just shitting. Like he blew up that bathroom like I did to you.
And like, why did he share it? Like I would have just eaten the whole thing.
He didn't. He always says that someone shares it with him. He's like, don't worry, Christina gobbled down half of this too. Right at Christina Shirley? Here, this one is insane. This is just had to make my girl one of their favorite breakfasts. Mine gets applesauce. Homemade, of course. Yum.
What am I looking at?
Okay, so this is a pancake, 2 pancakes. Bottom pancake, and then the middle pancake has bananas and like a bunch of other shit in there. Mm-hmm. Second pancake, pretty much an entire can of Ready Whip, and then caramel sauce poured on top.
No,
and then his applesauce, homemade, of course.
Yeah, of course.
He posts these like all the time. Like this is what's going on in the Shirley house today. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Jean asks, are we going to read Robin and Cody's Instagram comments? No, we'll save that for Jody. She's coming on back in a couple weeks. Also, I've been looking and there haven't been a lot of new ones, but I did find a whole thread of people like, hi, Amanda and Jody. And then like people talking like in the same thread, like Robin, some like talking to Robin about like us. I'm like, oh my God.
That's amazing.
Oh, Schitt's Creek. That's a good one.
That's a good one too.
I feel like there's not enough seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so rewatchable. Okay. Okay. Lastly, let's talk about Sister Wives news and gossip. Not a lot going on right now, but the big news is, and now I won't be able to find it. What's this? Here we go. You can't see it really in this picture, but
I know. I want to zoom in. I found a picture of it.
Did you find one?
Is it it's like an infinity with a couple wingdings?
I think it means like a fresh start or something like that. Let me see if I can find one. But
Can you see like a
there.
close up of it?
I'm trying to find one here.
I've got it on my screen.
How did you? Well,
Like,
here we go.
I just like put my phone up like I'm a influencer.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't on the screen. Okay, yeah. And then also Julie wanted to point out that also, as was seen in you holding your phone up there, that she's got like all these like bruises on her arm, to which everyone's like, "Oh, those are sex bruises for sure."
What did I say in our group chat? I said I think it was from Truly.
Oh God, Truly. Here's a up close picture. Yeah, interesting to get it on the boob. Like she's really trying to get Cody's goat here. And sometimes I think about it and I'm like, okay, Christine, like enough. Like he's like, you're obviously only doing all this to like piss off Cody. But then I think, well, he is pissed off, so it's working. And like, I kind of like it that he's letting it like bother him because he keeps like making statements about like, I think Christine is moving too fast. It's like, stop talking about it and stop being angry about it. At least how he could come out on top here is he could do like an interview saying, I'm so happy for Christine. Her new guy looks great. I wish her nothing but the best. And that would like shut all this down. But he could never do that.
No.
Like he could never. His manhood could never let him.
Oh, Dave is totally a boob man.
Oh, who's Dave?
Correspondent Jean. Isn't that her fiance?
David Woolley. Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's looking great. I mean, like, and that she's doing some like crazy shit with him that she never did with Cody.
Yeah.
And then just also in this picture, I just love that like Janelle. Oh, now I lost the fucking picture. Here it is. Janelle's just wearing her dress from Logan's wedding. Yeah, why not? Why buy a new dress?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so Janelle. Because like every season she'll like she'll buy like a new outfit and then just like wear it for everything. Like we just got to season 7 where in the titles sequence her hair is like really Marilyn Monroe curly and she has like that blue button up that's kind of cinched and she wears it to like every like dinner. She wore it to where they adopted the kids officially in court. Like that's her shirt. She wore it at the reunion for the same year. This is my shirt. Yeah, why not? It's a good shirt. Why not wear it? What's this? Here's this picture. And like, I like to, the human centipede, the brown human centipede. This is all of Christine's daughters. They're all so goddamn gorgeous. Like, good Lord, the genes of these girls.
I can't picture who's the one on the far left, the first girl.
Gwendolyn.
That's Gwendolyn?
Yeah. Gwen, then Isabel, then Truly, then Christine, then McKelty, then Aspen.
Fucking McKelty.
Well, okay, but here, this is an example of a picture that I like to send to the group chat where I just go, Truly, can you just not? Can you just take a normal picture without being zany about it?
Not
like,
possible.
Christine is like, okay, Truly, like, but let's take a nice one now, okay, please. I can't get a close up of this, but it looks kind of like Truly has a mustache in this picture, but really she's just like pursing her lips out in this like crazy way. Because she's got to be like weird. Like she just has to be zany and weird. I mean, I get it. I mean, look at her fucking life though. Look at her life. Like she grew up watching her dad be a father to Solomon, who's her exact age basically. Mm-hmm. And then him never like even picking her up. Yeah. Let's see. Allison says, I saw on Reddit yesterday that Cody will be having lots of bro time this season with his friends. All I could think was great podcast material. That just made me so excited, Allison. I mean, that makes sense. Who the fuck else is he going to be talking to?
Yeah.
God. Jean says, look down the lens. Look down the lens. No, I love watching Cody hang out with guys. It's like one of my favorite things.
So
he's like, yeah, bro, come on, yeah. I mean, right, women, yeah, they're crazy. These women with the periods.
Like he wants to wrestle all of them.
Yep. What's this? Oh, and this is just this is a picture of her with David Woolley, and they're at some event. I think they're at an event for Plexus, possibly.
Do you
Is that it?
think I'm actually that picture there that you just posted of the three of them? I'm actually surprised that they're not holding a Plexus bottle.
Yeah, I know. They might not be. Well, no, I think they must be at a Plexus
They
event,
find
'cause why-
every reason to hold a bottle.
Well, it wouldn't be classy though. Jill,
Mm.
I don't want to get Plexus on my dress. This is my 2023 through 2025 dress. And is that all I have? Yes. What's this? Oh, this one. This is my favorite.
The banana.
We'll end it with this. Janelle wanted us to know she got some banana pudding in Nashville for the Plexus convention.
Love
There we
me
go.
some banana pudding.
And the hotel has banana pudding gelato. I had to have some. I had to have some. She didn't edit this at all. I had to have some. I see a theme coming on this weekend. Love me some banana pudding. That's great. It's awesome. Love banana pudding. So,
Oh my God.
whew, that's it for this week, guys. I'm so bad with the banners, but again, check out Patreon. Millions of hours of content in there. Carling's a guest on many of them. Season 7, episode 3 of Sister Wives, The Big Decision, and Top Chef Miami, episode 5, The Elements. And this week, The F-Bomb, Teen Mom, season 5, episode 6, The F-Bomb, and then the next episode will be out later this week. And I probably should have written that one down, but I didn't. Smash that like, guys. It does help. It gets us extra pennies, little pennies for our pocket every time you smash that like. And you can follow us on Instagram, I guess. If Carling's going to help me.
Yeah, you're going to get so good at it.
We're going to get some content. And if you want to leave us a tip, feel free to do that. Our PayPal. Carling, thanks so much for joining me. That was, how do you feel? You feel good?
Yeah, I seriously could just talk to you and all of these people that are watching all day.
Yes, it's a good group. I love them. Always a good. There was no spam comments today.
Are there sometimes spam ones?
Yeah, people come in and like one person came in and they wrote NIGGE, and people are like, cancel it. Like we caught it like right in time. Yeah, or like porn people will come in like, if you want to fuck today, check me out. So we gotta get it. Though we're gonna get a lot more spams when Sister Wives comes back. Yeah, guys, thanks. And then Carling, let's talk about plug your shit really quick here.
Yeah, like find anywhere you get your podcast. Look up I Did Not Sign Up for This if you want to have a good cry and laugh. I try to balance it out. Mm-hmm. If you have a story, something you didn't sign up for, tell me about it. And if you want to laugh and revisit some problematic childhood family shows, listen to Seventh Heaven, a Lesbian Recap. And I should say, you don't have to watch the show to listen.
I didn't.
We're really trying to recap it in a way that like covers the themes of the episode without having like, because I know it's not available everywhere and some people don't have time. And so you can listen to it and hopefully get something out of it without having watched it. That's our goal.
All right, great. Well, what are you doing for the rest of the day? It's nice and cloudy out.
I mean, my dad's dead and it's Father's Day. Maybe
my dad's alive and he doesn't want to see me. So.
I'll get you maybe I'll like make a post about my Dead Dad Club merch line that I've got. And I don't know. Yeah, probably just editing. It's raining. I don't know what I'll do. Yeah.
Love it. All right, Walter can tell that we're wrapping up. He's like, let's go, bitch. I haven't let him poop today yet.
I've got 5 dogs all around me.
Oh, they've been very good.
Nobody's barked.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. All right, guys, everyone, well, wonderful Father's Day, wonderful Sunday, and we'll catch you all next week. Justine will be joining me.
Yay.
And that's it. Wait, hang on. Wait. Let me get this ready. We got it. Here it is. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a like or even a comment, and click on that bell if you want notifications, because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon, where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast. That's patreon.com/trpod. And we Love to Hate TV. Patreon.com/Love to Hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.